I'm Phil, and in this video I'm going to look at the Ford cars and trucks and even tractors that were made in Australia. So let's start with my objectives. So we're going to explore the history of Ford vehicles, and the overall timeline in Australia is that we brought our first Ford into Australia in 1904. And the first Ford branch opens in 1909. Ford Motors Australia was established in 1925, and we had our first Model T manufactured that year in Geelong. In 1928, the Model A production begins, and we've had our first V8 manufactured in 1932. In 1934, the first coupe utility was released, and in 1936, the Homebush West Sydney factory opens. Now that's the ones in red are the ones that I'll be focusing on. So 1955, the Zephyr, then 1960, the Falcon. 1964, the Australian design Falcon was released. And for Australia, at Homebush, we had the Laser was introduced in 1981. The Ford Capri was exported in 1990, and we had our first closure in 1994 when the Homebush factory closed. And all the way through until 2010, we had the Ford wagon retired. And Ford now no longer makes cars in Australia. Okay, so the focus is going to be on Australia, and particularly my personal experiences, my Ford models, and my experiences in driving the Ford Laser. I'm going to explore the evolution of models, car design, where the car was manufactured, and the special requirements for Australia, and the impact is on Australia's industrial capability, particularly in World War II, where we became more independent in making cars and trucks, and what that meant for the skills of Australian workers and the employment of females at the Ford factories. And also, even though we no longer manufacture cars in Australia, we do have an impact on the global design even today. Okay, so let's have a look at the cars. We'll move down the vehicles and the evolution. Let's have a look at the overall evolution of Ford cars. So this is only showing 20-year span from 1930 to 1950. And you can see that there's been a gradual move from the box-like shape of the Model A through to the more streamlined Ford Custom in 1950. And similarly with trucks. So in 1948, we had our first generation of the F-Series, and we've got the 14th generation today. But it all began with the first Model A. And what we'll do is, in this video, we'll concentrate on the models that were assembled at Homebush. So the first model was the Model 40. You can see here what it looked like, and the evolution went from the Model A to the Model B, Model 18 and the 40. So the manufacturer was Ford, and the production was from 1932 to 1934. The full assembly, well, this was at Geelong in Victoria using knockdown kits. And the designer was Edsel Ford, the son of Henry Ford. So the body and the chassis, and quite a number of different forms, and the layout being the front, the engines in the front, and it was a rear wheel drive. So these are the other places that it was manufactured, and the engine. So you can see there are two different varieties, and moving on to the Model B, it also had a 4-cylinder engine. The transmission and the wheelbase, the dimensions, and the chronology. Well, the previous one was the Ford Model A, and the successor was the Model 48. So this is a bit of a look, and this is actually quite similar to the model that was assembled in Australia. So let's have a look at some of my models. So as we come down, this is what the ute looked like, and here are my models. I've got the 1934, and the vehicle make is a Ford, the year 1934, and my models look like this. Okay, so we might move on now to the next model. So we manufactured models like that until the World War II, and in World War II, Ford at Homebush, they manufactured the Brent. They manufactured the Ford Brent gun carrier, and so you can see what it looked like here, and we might just move down to the models of that. This is my model of the Brent carrier, and you can see it from different angles. Okay, so not only did we produce the Brent carrier, but we also produced the Jeep at Homebush, and it looked like this, and it was used by the Australian Army overseas. So you can see the specifications of it here, and my models, I've got two models. So let's have a look at the second one. So this is what the Ford looked like. So while it was, my model was actually a Willie model, it was very similar to the Ford model. And here's my photos of that. And all of that stopped after the Second World War. We went back to commercial vehicles and cars that could be bought by the public. But Ford Homebush also manufactured tractors, and the one that it was popular there was the E27N, and it was designed in England but assembled in Australia. Now, Homebush actually didn't have enough room, so they rented additional space in Auburn, not too far away from Homebush, for the assembly of the tractors and the trucks. Okay, so we might have a look at which models were made at Homebush and my models of these. So we'll have a look at the photos. So this is the one from 1958 and some other views of that model. We might have a look at the second one, some of my models of that. And here's the photos of that model. And this helped boost agriculture again after tractors were in short supply after World War II. So that became the #1 priority. And some of the other examples, this one here from 1950 is the Ford Zephyr. So let's have a look at what the models look like. That's the Ford Zephyr. The Ford Consulate looks like this. So we've got Mark 1 on the bottom and Mark 2 on the top. And here are some of my models. These are my models of Mark 1 and my models of Mark 2. So that's the Ford Consulate. We've got the Ford Zodiac. And let's have a look at the Ford Zodiac. Looks very similar to the console. And let's have a look. The major difference was the size of the engine. So if you look at the powertrain, the engine here was a bigger one, a 6-cylinder, 2.2 litres, and the console was only 4 cylinders. So here's my other model of the Zodiac. We'll just expand that and we can see different views of the Zodiac. Here we've got it from the rear, and you can see it on the side and on the front. So that was the Ford Zodiac. Another model produced at Homebush was the Ford Cortina. And this is what it looked like. There we go. This is my model of the Ford Cortina and what it looks like. Okay, so we'll have a look at just different photos of the Cortina. And just moving on now to the next model is the Mustang. We'll have a look at the Ford Fairlane. 1962, the Ford Fairlane was produced overall from 1959. The model I'm showing was the model actually assembled at Homebush. It says Broadmeadow and Eagle Farm, but this particular model, the 1962 model, was assembled at Homebush. Okay, so this is what it looked like, and we'll have a look at my models of it. They're just coming up now. The Ford Fairlane. What it looked like from the front, from the side, the rear, and the top. So moving on, we'll have a look at the next model. Ford Fairlane. We'll look at the Mustang, often called the Homebush Mustang, and they were responsible for the left wheel drive, or the to the right steering wheel configuration. And let's have a look at my models of the Mustang. So here's a Ford Mustang, what it looks like, my model of the Mustang, and also I've got a James Bond model of the convertible, and you can see some pictures of that here. And so much for the Mustang. And we might move on to the next car. We've got the transit van, was made at Homebush, and this is us. This is my brother driving a Ford transit van in Europe. So this is me in Europe and in the UK, and a bit more about the Ford transit van. My model, quite a beaten up version of it, but that's what it looked like. And perhaps tidying that up a little bit, it looks like that. The next one I'm going to show is the Ford Capri 1969, and it was, let's see what we've got. The Ford Capri overall. And it was assembled in Homebush. The classification, a coupe, a powertrain, the engine. You had quite a few versions, from a 1.3 litre all the way to a 5 litre. So this could be quite a sports car. And the chronology of it, the successor was the Ford Capri Mark II. Let's have a look at my models. So I've got a couple of models. Now, the first one here is, you can see it from different angles, and here's my photos of the Ford Capri. Okay, so we might move on to the next model, which is the Laser. This will be the final one that I'll show in this video. So the Ford Laser, this is my Ford Laser. You can see it's a bit battered now. I had that for about 15 years. And this is the last one, the last Ford Laser at the Homebush factory. My models, let's have a look at them. So we've got one here, and this is what my models of the Ford Laser look like. 3 different colours. And we might just look at the white one. And we can see it from different angles, side, rear, and the front. And these are my models of cars that were made at Ford Homebush plant.